Yes, thank you for coming. Yes. Yes, this is the Raider Nation report. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. Looking amazing in that silver and black, I must say. Yes, VIP is to the left, sir. If you give me your name, I'll check and make sure you're on the list. Yes, you have to be on in advance. Weeks in advance, sir. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, Raider Nation report tonight. A lot to talk about. Yes, there is a full bar inside, sir. Guys, you can't smoke that right here by the door. Just step over there a little ways. I love the smell. Smells amazing, but please, not right by the door. Yes, we will be opening the doors very soon. You know these guys like to run a tight show. They're just making sure everything's in order. Yes, ma'am. You can say hi to the midgets on the way in. Absolutely. VIP to the left. Regular line to the right, please. Doors will be opening very soon. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the show. What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where the hell is that, might you ask? Well, I know you probably got a little faded, got into the adult beverages a little this week and celebrated that amazing preseason week 1 performance. So let me give you some simple directions, in case you may have forgot your way. We're just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner, ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar. It's right before the season starts. This man needs to buy some fucking tickets. Tell him what you should. He's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, you're going to pass this real sketchy looking fucking alley to your immediate right. Now, as you pass this alley, this cool breeze is going to hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core, and you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right! Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should! Because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call Deep Behind the Enemy Line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black, with yours truly. Thank you for joining me. We've got a lot to get into. It was an exciting weekend. It's definitely set the course forward on a positive course trajectory. What's up, Brandon? What's up, JoJo? What's up, Christian? What's up, you cool kids rocking them badges? What's up, Dan? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, Spleeve? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me on Tuesday night. I know you're all just as excited as I am for the kickoff and the continuation of the 2023 Las Vegas Raiders season. It started off with a bang. But let's remember and temper our excitement a little bit. They were undefeated in preseason last year. Actually, we're 4-0 in preseason. Got the one extra game that nobody else had, went 4-0. So you got to temper your excitement, but I don't understand the negativity associated with a positive performance. And that's what I've seen a lot of in comments. Oh, it's just preseason. I get it, but that's the first challenge at hand. The first challenge laid out for a new rookie quarterback, first NFL action, played phenomenal. So what more could he have done in that situation to win you over? I don't know. We're going to get into all that. It was the 49ers looked horrible. Trey Lance, how many first-round picks did they give up for that guy and his bad fucking hairline? He looked like ass. The stadium looking like it was on its period. That wasn't a good look for your only preseason game. There's a lot to get into. Much more positive than negative, though. A few injuries popped up due to the first game. Somebody's going to IR. There's a lot to talk about. So let's get into it, shall we? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. As you see, I'm taking it back to LA. Attire-wise, went with the Marcus Allen and the old school green brim Los Angeles Raiders, going back to LA to claim what is already Raider Nation land. We already know that. We got the YouTube chat going. Let me refresh the YouTube chat, make sure we've got it rocking and rolling over here. So we got the YouTube chat. If you are watching over on our YouTube, we are live now also on Twitch and Twitter. I apologize, Twitch and Twitter, I can't see your comments. I will be able to see them after the show. We will go over there and check those out. I am going to be getting a Twitch chat added up on here along with the YouTube chat, so you can get your comments right up on the screen as well. We're going to do a little brief modification screen-wise coming in. So we are on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and of course Facebook, where some of you are watching right now. Thank you all for joining me. Finishing up the foreplay. We'll touch on the Stars contest we got going on. Preseason recap. The Jacobs saga continues. Quarterback controversy? Maybe. Parker to the IR. Sponsors Cool Kids in the newsletter. Pre-order dropping at Lambs week 2. And of course, I'll put a nice little bow on this bitch and wrap her all up, slap her on the ass and send her home with a nice little segment that we like to call the WTF. Thank you for joining me, each and every damn one of you. What's up, David? What's up, Corey? What's up, JoJo? What's up, Ben? What's up, everybody? Let's get it, shall we? Let's get it. Before we get started, just going to touch on it and not going to touch on it long. Here. Come on. Finish up the foreplay there. We've got the oven warmed. We do got a little contest going on. If you feel so inclined, as this show is going on or any other of our live shows or videos, you can throw stars. There's a star button if you'd like to throw stars. We do have a star contest going on right now. Whoever throws the most stars between now and the Raider Nation Report show on game day week 1 will win this nice autographed Mad Max jersey. So, if you want to throw some stars, Robert Paul is in the lead right now. He's tied with John Bustamante. So, actually, Robert Paul just stepped out with a fucking big lead there, so there you go. So, Robert Paul's leading the way right now, so if you'd like to throw some stars, we got that Mad Max jersey up for whoever throws the most stars before the season. Let's see, the season starts on, I gotta have the actual date, otherwise it just doesn't seem right. The season starts on the weekend of the 9th and the 10th, so it would be September 5th. I'll remember that. So, by the show on September 5th, whoever has the most stars. There you go. What's up, Gayla? What's up, everybody? Let's get into it, man. This is what everybody wants to talk about. It's It was a great start to the season, an absolute great start to the season. The team looked good in preseason week 1. It's the first task at hand of the season, and all you wanted to do was come out and look positive. You knew Jimmy G wasn't going to start, and if you didn't know Jimmy G wasn't going to start, then you haven't been fucking paying attention this offseason. The guy had an injury, and he is rehabbing that injury and still not 100% back to complete football. He's healthy, but he's not in football shape, and they've got the guy on a pitch count. They're not ready for him to go out there and get injured in a meaningless preseason game at the beginning of preseason. They're working this guy into health that he is ready to be there for week 1. Not preseason game 1, 2, or 3. Those are irrelevant. As long as he's there in week 1 and ready to go, that's all that matters. So, for this game, you were going to get to see Aiden O'Connell, your new number 4 under center. The rookie that was drafted this year to come in and be kind of the new project, kind of the new guy. You can see what you got. And he looked absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Couldn't have looked better. He could not have looked better coming into that performance. The guy had, 15 for 18, 151 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that is absolutely just about as good as you could have done with what he was asked to do. He was basically the best performance out of all quarterbacks who played in preseason week 1. He was given an A by NFL.com. He was named the offensive player of the week by Pro Football Focus. I mean, there are people talking about this kid that aren't Raider Nation and aren't Raider fans, that aren't homers and that aren't biased. Other people notice like, that kid looked good. Look at that guy. But you got to accept the fact the kid went out there and did well. Was it against Nick Bosa and all the top guys from San Francisco or Santa Clara, whatever you want to call them? No, it wasn't. And we get that. But did he have all of his top weapons? Was he throwing to Devontae Adams? Was he throwing to Hunter Renfrow? No. He didn't have his top weapons either. So you've got to gauge it. Of course, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but it is what it is, and it was a positive performance. Now, what do we hope? We hope you go forward, and next week we get to see more Aiden O'Connell, and you see the story continue, and the story continue to be written on him. Now, Brian takes words out of my mouth. That's where I was going next. I was going to go to the running backs. I talked about the quarterbacks. I thought Chase Garbers looked all right at the end of the game, but you didn't see a lot. 3 for 5 for 11 yards. Did throw a touchdown, but I think you're going to see more out of him next week. I think they're going to make it more of a goal to get him some more action, as well as you're going to see more Aiden O'Connell. But going to the running backs. And what I seen out of the running backs in this game did nothing but solidify every fucking thing that I have said this entire offseason about the running back position. Everything. It just grabbed that bitch and slam dunked it like Shaq when he was young, broke the backboard, stood there, holding the rim in his hands. I just slammed him home. I mean, Zamir White goes out there and looks absolutely less than impressive. Yeah, he got a touchdown. Go watch the tape of that touchdown. That's the most unimpressive touchdown you're going to see in a preseason game, probably. For a dude that is built like a fucking Mack truck, he could barely get to that line of scrimmage. Barely. Numerous times. Earlier in the game, he had a sweep play. Short yardage to get the first. Couldn't get it. They come right back to him. Again, try to blast it. Couldn't get it. He just doesn't seem to find the holes. He runs straight forward hard into whatever's there, man. Referee, the offense, the fucking defense, whatever's there. He just doesn't have the vision. The guy took 13 carries to pick up 43 yards. That's only a 3.3 yard average. Sincere McCormick, the same. 9 carries to get 27 yards, man. When you're running against a defense like that, a soft, a half of their defense, basically, and you can't get but 3 yards a carry, they got touchdowns. They got touchdowns because they got the ball down there. It just solidified the fact to me that, man, get on the phone. Okay, get on the phone to Josh Jacobs. Back up the fucking truck. Do what you gotta do. Give him signing bonus. Give him incentives. I don't care what you gotta do. You do not have another running back in-house. Amir Abdallah has looked the best so far at a preseason game 1 to try to fill in for him. And we know that guy is not a season fill-in for Josh Jacobs. So you've already seen, if Zeus is the fucking god of gods like his nickname, you're going to go out and get more than 3.3 yards a carry, barely be able to get the fucking football into the end zone. When you're playing against a less than stellar defense, you should be able to go out there and get big chunks of yard and look like you don't belong playing with those guys. That's the way that he's talked about. That's the way he should have looked, and that is not what we've seen on the tape. That is not what we've seen on the tape. This team needs Josh Jacobs. That's what I seen in the running game. Now, passing game. The receivers, Cole Fotheringham and Keelan Cole. These two led the way. 5 receptions for 71 yards, 14.2 for Fotheringham, and Keelan Cole, 6 receptions for 29 yards and a touch, which was a very nice touchdown and a fucking great throw by Aiden O'Connell. Fotheringham and the fact that he got that much action leads me to believe that there may be a little battle at the bottom of the tight end depth chart. You've got your rookie Michael Mayer that's come in. You've got Austin Hooper who's lined up to be the number 1, but could lose that job to Mayer if we see him a little more action, which I would like to see him in game 2 of preseason. I'd like to see some action out of him. I just want to see that kid on the field. I've since he's been drafted, I've watched a lot of tape on him, and I just would like to see him on the field. I'm interested to see that kid. Jesper Horsted was thought to be the number 3 that was probably going to come in, but bringing Fotheringham back and then seeing this big game out of him, man, had a really solid game. This could be enough to make that battle for number 3. So that's an interesting battle in camp to watch, is how Fotheringham and Horsted continue on through this, because I think it's those two battling for that number 3 spot. I don't think they would carry 4. I really don't. Keelan Cole, I think they like Keelan Cole. I think he's a project for them. Last year, it looked like it was between Matt Collins and Keelan Cole for who they were going to bring back this year. I thought for sure it'd be Matt Collins. I don't know if it's the shit about him not wearing shoes and eating with his fucking hands, or what the deal was. How they decided to pick Matt Collins over, or Keelan Cole over Matt Collins, I'm not sure how that decision was made. But Keelan Cole made 2 catches that were memorable last year that really did anything. And now he's getting another shot, it looks like. The way they leaned on him that heavy in the pass game, and he was basically your number 1 wide receiver for the game, I think shows that he's at the top pecking order. For where they... Oh, totally lost my fucking train of thought. The top of the pecking order for where they are with the second tier of wide receivers. Because you got the first tier that's Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, and Jacoby Myers. And I think he's in I think he's the top of what they think is that second tier, with possibly Philip Dorsett, who you've seen a lot out of, Trey Tucker maybe. You've seen DJ Turner get cut. DJ Turner was released. I seen JoJo asked who was released. DJ Turner was a wide receiver that was released. He was one that we talked about being gone. He was only a practice squad guy last year, and he's gone. And then they did bring back, what the hell's his name? Isaiah Zuber, who was the USFL guy, the Houston Gambler, who they tried to bring in last year and ended up on practice squad. So they have brought him back as well. And to wrap up preseason recap, defense, man. Defense, and special teams. Special teams. Carlson just going out there does what Carlson does. I mean, let's just throw that in there before we forget to mention Daniel Carlson and A.J. Cole just going out there and looking like 2 of the best fucking special teams players in the motherfucking league. Like, they just haven't missed a beat. I still don't understand why they were fucking with their long snapper. I don't get that. Why you would even fuck with that battery. I don't understand that. Leave them 3 alone. Those guys are fucking Pro Bowlers every motherfucking year. Don't fuck with their snapper. Don't fuck with their water. Don't fuck with whatever they eat. Leave them two alone, alright? Them boys do what they do. Like out there kicking fucking 50-yard field goals in fucking preseason like it ain't nothing. Could have put a blindfold on that motherfucker. You probably nailed that bitch. Leave them two the fuck alone. My God. Yeah. I went and got my little guy. We all got new jerseys, whole bunch of new jerseys for the season. USF jerseys, new Raider jerseys, all that shit. We got a bunch for the season. You know who I got for my little guy? Number 2, Daniel motherfucking Carlson. You're gonna be rocking Daniel Carlson this year. That's his little guy jersey, his little guy Raider jersey for my little 6-year-old little guy. He's rocking Daniel Carlson this year, god damn it. I was like, 'cause that motherfucker's money. That's why. That's right. Defense looks solid. What I've seen is a bunch of depth guys who were hungry and want a fucking job and want to be on this defense. And this new defense is going to be built on depth. You think it's not built from the top. It's built with the fucking meat that's in the middle. You're only going to get so many top tier guys on your defense, and you need all those guys to hit. But man, you need your second and third linebackers to play like fucking beasts. You need your interior fucking defensive tackles, all of them, all the way through the depth chart, because those guys are constantly getting breathers and constantly rotating. You need your edge guys all the way through. Corners, D-backs, all these guys, man. All these guys. Oh, did they move Turner back? I thought they released him. Oh, he is on the... Good looking outlines. I thought he had got waived. I swear to God I seen he had got waived. Look into that. I swear to God. Yeah, he is on injured, and we'll get to it here in a minute, but Brandon Parker also went there to the IR as well. So, and we'll get to that a little more later. But defense just looked solid. Defense really looked good. You had turnovers in the secondary. You were getting to the quarterback. Solid. It was solid. I have it right here in front of me, too. I don't know how I missed it. But I swore he was waived. I swore I seen that he was waived or released. Maybe I'm confusing him with another guy. There's so much action this time of the year. I try to keep up with it. I do keep up with it all, but I also try to have to remember it all. Just put it out live and be correct and accurate. So I appreciate the fact check, because I do not want to be wrong. And he is on the IR. It is right here in front of me on my fucking cheat sheet roster. I don't know how I fucking missed it. I thought I knew what I was talking about. Thanks, Lions. Jeez. No, just kidding. I appreciate that. All right. But defense looks solid, man. I mean, they had Trey Lance on the run. Those first 3 series, they just came out and looked dominant. And the fact that you came out that hungry and looked that dominant right out of the gate, it's just a big plus. I feel really positive about the changes that have been made on this defense. I don't think the YouTube chat's working. I just noticed that. We got bugs. I'll have to work on that. I will have to work on that. I don't know why it's not working. Did you break it? It's probably you. All right, but the defense looks solid, and like I said, they've made major overhauls at all levels of this defense. You're expecting big things out of Spillane and Diablo. They've made changes at corner. They've brought in safeties. They've added veterans. You've drafted the other book in for Mad Max. You've done the things that you're supposed to do. So, I'm excited. I think it will be a positive thing for this defense going forward to see this depth. Oh, I think I know it. Oh, there. It is working. It is working. All right. Word. Thank you. See, Lions, you're just fucking all... Look at this fucking gold star back here. Look at him. Look at him. I'm using some different methods, so I'm wondering if it's hitting the page different over there or something. We'll see. I've been fucking with shit because the season's coming up. I'm always tweaking on shit and trying to make it better. But it was a positive game, man. It was just about as positive an outcome as you could have in week one, the first step of the process. Your defense looked good. Your special teams looked phenomenal. Your rookie quarterback looked great. The only thing that I was less than stellar about and less than excited about. What's up, Ghost on? Well, there must have been something wrong. Maybe I just needed to refresh it because here the comments start popping up down there now. And that was what I was going to finish with, Alon, was the stadium, man. Something's got to be done about the stadium and all the red in that motherfucker. And it's been an issue now. It's been an issue every season with the visiting fan base that's in attendance for the Raiders games. I don't know how they go about fixing it. If it's something contractual, if it's just wins that are going to change it, I don't know. But you got to establish more of a home field advantage, man. And that was just disheartening to see. That was disheartening to see. Really, really was. But as a whole, I mean, preseason week one was fucking phenomenal. The best you could have. Nicholas, you're 100% right. Not enough nation in the stands, man. And if you got tickets and you're gonna sell them, man, sell them to Raider Nation. Do your damnedest to sell them to Silver and Black. That's all I gotta say. I get it if you gotta make a fucking buck. I get it. I understand the hustle. Shit. I get it. But do your due diligence to try to sell to your fan base. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We got to touch on it. We got to touch on it every week until it puts itself to bed. And that is the Josh Jacobs saga. We have seen running backs falling off of the availability list in the last couple days. Ezekiel Elliott goes to the Patriots, and the biggest one who was still out there was Dalvin Cook goes to the Jets, who are the cute story, the little kitschy story for the season. Everybody thinks they're going to be it, but we all know what happens when NFL teams typically load up like this for one run with a bunch of new guys. It usually doesn't fucking work out. They're going to fall on their fucking face. They're going to be Jets. I'm telling you, they're going to be Jets. They're going to do what Jets do. I don't think the Jets are going to end up being anything. They might make the playoffs. They may squeak in because that division's fucking soft. But other than that, I don't think they're going to make that much noise. I just don't. I don't have a lot of faith in them. But with those two falling, this leaves Josh Jacobs basically as the last guy, the last running back standing. He's it, man. He's it. So what are you going to do now with Josh? What are you going to do with Josh? Because you see these guys like Cook, they're coming in for less money. Now Josh's stand of cash isn't looking quite as... you're not quite in his corner, some people, as much as they were. When you see guys like going with Cook, who's going for a little less coin, what Ezekiel Elliott went for. Yeah. I always thought it's just too big of a hit to Josh Jacobs' brand, coming off being the NFL's leading rusher, to not be here in week one. And I agree with Mario. I don't think he has a lot of options. Everybody's getting ready, man. It's preseason week one. You got 2 more weeks of preseason. You're looking at week one. You want a running back in-house. There aren't yes, other teams would be interested in Josh Jacobs if he was coming out on the market, but teams are lining up their squads for the year now. I just don't think Josh has a lot of options. I think this is a play to not play the preseason games and to show up and be able to have a week to get ready for week one. I think he's just using this leverage not to have to come to camp, and he'll show up. I just don't think he has another play. I don't think the holdout is a play for him. And if he does that, I think it's a stupid fucking play. And I think it's going to blow up in his face. It's just going to cost him money. You're going to look like you're not a team guy. Because ultimately, this hurts your teammates and what they're trying to do for the season if you're not going to be there. I mean, we already know how Devontae Adams feels about Josh not being there. We already know how his teammates feel about Josh not being there. I don't need him to see Josh Jacobs in preseason to know what Josh Jacobs is. The ownership and the general manager and the coach don't need to see Josh Jacobs in preseason to know what Josh Jacobs is. Is Josh Jacobs is behind you and you're the quarterback and it's week 1, you're going to turn around and hand the rock off to him. Because this guy is that type of guy. And I think he can show up week 1 and still get a fucking 100 yards and a couple fucking touchdowns and make be the donkey killer he's always fucking been his whole career. I absolutely think he could do that right out the fucking gate. You got the donkeys in week 1. What a great one to knock the fucking dust off on. I think you had to make the phone call, hopefully, this week to Josh's agent and start to have the conversation. Because you know he's not playing in the next 2 preseason games. Get something on your agenda for that fucking very next day to get this taken care of so he can get in there and get ready and do what needs to be done. Because I agree with Lions 100%. This guy is a consummate professional. He is the best running back in the league. And this guy will absolutely 150% be ready to go week 1. They just got to get this fucking shit taken care of. And I believe they will. I absolutely believe they will. And in the meantime, we're going to get to watch some subpar running back performances and show you over the next couple preseason games why Josh Jacobs is as special as Josh Jacobs is. You're going to see it. You've seen it already in preseason game 1, and you're going to continue to see it. Josh is that guy. He is that dog. And these other guys can't carry his fucking jock. Just is the way it is. All right, man, I tell you what, it's been overreaction week, basically, for the last 48 hours. Aiden O'Connell played phenomenal. We talked about it earlier. I mean, phenomenal. Great game. Jimmy G's the starter. Hoyer, we're going to see. I'm curious to see how they work Hoyer in. Is Hoyer just really going to be a fucking camp body because he knows the system and he's going to be gone? It's a distinct possibility. I think Aiden O'Connell has the inside track to be your number 2. I think he may, with another performance like what he just had, he wins that. Now you're talking about, did they carry 3 active quarterbacks? That hasn't been something they've really done over the last couple of years. They've carried 2 active and a guy down on the practice squad. That way, because you can bring that guy up. They've changed how the practice squad can be utilized over the past couple seasons. They've increased it. They've made the functionality of it. They've moved it. So you really only need to carry 2 coming in for a game. And you can bring the guy up, move guys around, and make movements right before the game. And carry that guy. Carry like you did Garbers on the practice squad last season. Now, they dropped Garbers and then brought him back. Released him and brought him back. And I think they did that based on the pitch count that they've got Jimmy Garoppolo on, that they just wanted an extra camp arm in there. But it makes me wonder, what the would it be Garbers that they keep and they release Hoyer? Because we didn't see any Hoyer game 1. And that just may be because they know what they have in Brian Hoyer and they didn't really need to see him. They wanted to see what these new guys had. Maybe that's what they wanted to see. Wanted to really have a big sample size right out of the gate of Aiden O'Connell. And then get a little extra action at the end with Garbers. So, it's interesting scenario. Because now you have a fan base who a large percentage still has a love affair with the previous quarterback. There's a large percentage that didn't want Jimmy Garoppolo in any facet to be the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. There are a lot of people that don't think Jimmy will make it through a season. Health has been his issue. Obviously, I'm rooting for him having a great season and making it all the way through. But there are people starting to clamor for the possibility that if you give Aiden O'Connell the chance with what they've seen with his tools, that maybe if you give him the chance, you work with him, maybe he just needs his shot, and maybe he could be a guy that challenges Jimmy to be the starter coming into week 1. If Aiden O'Connell goes out this week and just balls the fuck out in LA against the Rams, is there all of a sudden a quarterback controversy? If he just goes out, balls out against the Rams, second week in a row, he's the offensive player of the week again, gets another A rating, do you now have to start sitting down and having the conversation of should we? Would we? Could we? I don't know. Because I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there, Lines. What if he goes out and he does even better than he did last game? I mean, dramatically better. Like he goes out and throws 3 touchdowns in the first half, 250 yards, only a couple incompletions, just dices up the fucking lambs, fucking lamb chops all over the field. Right after the performance he just had, do you not have to now take pause and be like, I'm just saying, Eric, it could happen. Do you not take pause? Because remember 9 years ago, Matt Schaub was the fucking starter. He was the guy. And then this fucking kid they drafted from Fresno State comes in and fucking steals his job in preseason. It happens. I'm interested. I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to see what happens. I think it's going to be interesting. I agree, Lines. I agree. But they were stroking fucking Matt Schaub a check too. It's exactly what I'm saying, Mario. Sometimes talent overrides your decision. Right now, he's in the driver's seat. Let's see. We'll see. I agree with you. I honestly think Jimmy gets the shot. But I'm just saying, I'm playing devil's advocate here. What if he goes out and he fucking blows it up this week after what you just seen him do? Now that's back-to-back performances. What if he does it again in week 3? That's 3 in a row. And then you're just sitting there like, fuck. I'm just saying. Quarterback controversies are usually bad for a team. So you have to be decisive and make that decision. And one guy's our guy, one guy's going to back him up. You have to make the call. He has an inside track to make this very, very fucking interesting. Very interesting. We'll see. I'm interested for week 2, man. It's fucking must-watch TV for me. Must-watch. Motherfucking TV. All right. Bad news. And this guy, man, this poor guy, he just can't seem to catch a break. Well, he can catch a fucking break, all right, but it's the bad kinds. Bad kinds. Brandon Parker, gone to IR, season-ending IR. This guy's probably not going to come back. He's done. And I don't know if at this point, obviously you can't cut him if he's injured, but I don't know if at this point you're just looking at cutting ties with this guy. It's just been unfortunate. It's been one thing after another, unfortunately, for Brandon Parker in his time with the Raiders. And they need depth on this offensive line. They need it badly, but they need healthy, consistent, sustainable depth. And that's not him. It just hasn't been him. And it's unfortunate. He's not a huge loss, but he's depth. He's depth, and we've seen the line take hits over the last couple of years, and we've needed that depth. So it's just a hit, and it's news, and I needed to share it with y'all. So there you go. Brandon Parker to the IR. And DJ Turner's on the IR too, as well, as the line pointed out earlier. I gotta get an update on that. I thought for sure they'd release Turner. That was gonna bug me. You know, I don't like being fucking wrong. It's gonna bug the shit out of me. In the back of my head, I got these little guys dancing. You were wrong, you were wrong, you were wrong. Like, fuck you! Alright, moving on. I digress. You don't want to hear my shit. It's like, shut the fuck up. Alright. If you have not, you should. Check out our website over at RaiderReaction.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, please check it out. We've been doing updating to it. Check out our sponsors, Clear Live Streams. All you gotta do is click the button right here. Get the hookup, man. Don't be dealing with DirecTV or any of that other bullshit. Links here to join our groups. Down here to the bottom, scroll all the way to the bottom of the screen. Throw your email address in here and hit that sign up button. That'll put you into our mailing list so you can get our Dark Side newsletter when we send that out at the first of the month. You go to the show tab. It's got all the shows in there. But you can also learn about being a subscriber. The first Thursday of every month. Who's that ugly guy? The first Thursday of every month, we have a subscriber raffle. I just was hitting everybody up. I'm getting ready to send out all of the prizes for August. So all of the August winners. But if you want to be a subscriber, all you got to do is go to the website. The info's right there. You can click this button right here. It'll send you right to where to become a subscriber. Or right around this video that you're watching, there's a subscribe button or a little subscribe icon, or right at the top of our Facebook page. If you are a subscriber, you are entered in with a chance to win every single prize pack that we are giving away. Gave away t-shirts, hats, pre-order hoodies, all that good stuff, and a bunch of other new stuff, poker chips and all that shit. So, check it all out. Go to the website. We've added a lot of new stuff on the website. So, go check it out. We've got our viewer gallery. Got all of viewers and followers of Raider Reaction on there. I got some more pictures to add. So, check it out. There's lots of stuff over there. But yes, check out our sponsor. Become one of the cool kids. Become a subscriber of Raider Reaction. One of the cool kids like Brando. He's a cool kid. In the 52577. He's got a nice pack. I threw some. You're going to appreciate your package, Brando. It's personalized. I know you're metalhead. I personalized her for you. So, got you all of that good stuff. And then one more thing while you're over there. Go to the shop, and we've got a pre-order drop going on, and the pre-order ends Friday. So you've got to go to the Reaction shop and get your order on Friday. We've got the Fuck Your Team hats, the Fuck Your Team t-shirt, Fuck Your Team hoodie, and the Make Football Violent Again t-shirt. And we have a combo with the hat and the Fuck Your Team hat, Fuck Your Team t-shirt, the Fuck Your Team combo. With every pre-order, I am throwing in poker chips. With every pre-order that is done before Friday, I'll throw in one of the Fuck Your Team poker chips. Plus, pretty much, I'm going to throw stickers. You'll get a nice little prize pack with your pre-order as well. So, get your pre-order in. I'm only running them through Friday because then I'm putting the orders in on Saturday because I want to get these out to everybody because we were giving away pre-order vouchers in the last raffle. So those guys that won stuff, I want to get their stuff that they won out to them as well. So hit it up. Get you some Fuck Your Team swag. Let everybody know how you feel about your team. Fuck your team. All right, let's get to the Lambs here. Week 2, Lambs. Raiders at the Lambs. Going to the summer house. Going to L.A. That's why I'm rocking my L.A. Raider gear. Got my Marcus Allen, Hall of Famer. Went with my L.A. Raiders hat. The summer house. You know, the Sparklers were in a basement there. It's really the Lambs' house, but the Sparklers were in a basement. They got a little room down in the corner. It's all musty. It smells like mold and mildew, kind of like they do. You ever stood real close to a Chargers fan? They kind of smell. They got an odor about them, just a little bit. They kind of stink, like old cheese and feet. I try not to stand close enough to him, but if you do, you know what I'm talking about. But, moving on. Lambs, Raiders. I am excited about the Aiden O'Connell story. Man, I love a good fucking NFL story, man. I can see this one already starting to be written. The beginning of this NFL story, if this rode all the way to the end, you can see it. Damn, Bill.
Somebody call security.
Fucking Bill. Man. Damn. He's like, nah, it's worse. I'll take your word on that, Bill. I'll take your word for that. But the Aiden O'Connell story, I am excited to see how this works out, man. I'm excited as hell. This is just a cool story, a very cool story. The kid comes out. And what's funny is everybody's like, why did this guy take number 4? He didn't ask for number 4. He came in, he was number 16 in college. They're like, here, you're 4. He's like, all right, fuck it. And I think it's funny that the regime threw 4 at him, but the kid don't give a fuck. He just wants to go out there and play. And I'm telling you, it's looking like this kid has a chance to steal the number 2 spot right out of the gate. And be the guy waiting in the wings with a chance. Maybe next year he steals a job. Who knows? Maybe he creates a quarterback controversy by fucking just slaughtering lambs, leaving fucking lamb chops all over SoFi. It's hard to tell. But I'm interested and excited for this game. I would like to see a little more of the wide receivers talent pool. I think you saw a little of it this last week, but I would like to see some more. Maybe the bottom tier guys get a little more action. I would really like to see some action out of Michael Mayer, but I don't know if they've already seen. They love what they see, and they're not going to risk a lot with injury or putting him out in preseason. I don't know, but I would really like to see some of him out there getting a chance. I'm interested in the Horsted and the Fotheringham bottom of the tight end battle. I think that's a very interesting depth chart battle. I'm very interested to see some more work with these guys in the defense. I mean, that depth chart of the defense played phenomenal Sunday night. Phenomenal. And I want to see how these continued young guys like Rochelle and Webb and these guys, these fringe guys that just made big plays, and Bernie and just these guys that made plays and continued to attack and just look like this was a real regular season game, the way and the intensity they played with on defense. I thought it was phenomenal, and I hope they build off of that and continue to build off of that. I know they didn't show a lot, game plan wise. You come in very vanilla, so it's hard to gauge a lot, but you can gauge talent in preseason, and that's what I'm looking at. I look at the position battles. I look at the other things. And when you look at what happened and you look across the defense, you look at the stat lines of the defense, you look across of what the wide receivers did. Cole Fotheringham with a great game. And you just look at everything. It was just a solid across the board performance. Your special teams look great. And I just look for them to carry that in to a solid week 2 performance in preseason. It's looking great. Looking great. First step into 2023. We'll see. We'll see how this weekend goes. Saturday night. Back to the summer house. What's funny is you will probably see more Raider fans this week in SoFi in that stadium than were just in the stadium in Allegiant this last week for the Niners game. And that's probably a fact. You watch. There'll be more black in the stands in LA than there was in the stands in Vegas. Let's compare week 1 and week 2. I think it'll be very interesting and a little telling about who owns LA still to this motherfucking day. The Lambs will never take over. I mean, look at that stupid fucking logo. I mean, just look at it. No. I mean, you've even recently won a Super Bowl. And it's like, did it even happen? You know? If a tree falls in the fucking woods, did it make a noise? It's kind of like the Rams winning the Super Bowl. If there's no fan base to celebrate it, did it really even happen? You know? There's like 10 Rams fans and 15 Sparklers fans. Weak fan bases. Pathetic. So, I think it's exciting. I like the continue of the storyline, and yeah, well, fuck yeah, they are. And yes, I know what's going on about with my Rays. I'm a little torn about that. Waiting for the news to come out, but yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am a Rays fan. Probably the only Rays fan most you motherfuckers will ever meet. I was actually there for the walk-offs on Friday and Saturday. All right. Man, I appreciate you guys all joining me. Really, really do. We've got big fantasy football show tomorrow. Shit, JoJo took the words right out of my mouth. Big fantasy football show tomorrow, as we've got the fantasy football draft coming up this weekend for the Raider League. The big league drafts next weekend. I will be live streaming both those drafts, so make sure you check that out as well. That'll be on tomorrow, and then Thursday night we will have TikTok Thursday, and we'll have a Black Friday for Friday. I was having broadcaster issues last week, but we do have a Black Friday episode queued up for you Friday. It's a classic one. It's a solid one. You guys are going to enjoy that shit, so make sure you tune in for that. And then I do believe we're going to have another show from 410 Raider this week, and the return of El Pirata. I have been told the El Pirata return is imminent within the next week. So we will see. We will see. And lines, no. Fuck you. Those are gone. Never again. Not even for nostalgic purposes. All right. One last segment. Let's get into it, shall we? Just a little thing we like to call the WTF. I have never seen more people who can't just be happy about a motherfucking win. I don't give a fuck if it's preseason, regular season, I don't care. If it's in the National Football League, your team looked phenomenal and they won, you don't ever poo-poo and piss all over a fucking victory in the National Football League. You just don't do it. Your team came out healthy, you had no key injuries, your rookies looked good, your rookie quarterback looked great, your defense looked great. You should have pitched a motherfucking shutout if it wasn't for a fucking fumbled interception in the end zone. How the fuck are you not happy with that? I understand it's preseason. Ain't nobody saying give them a fucking trophy. But to not be happy about a positive first step in the process, I don't understand it. I do not understand it. This is a historical rival, a battle of the Bay from back in the day. Fucking, we hate these motherfuckers as a fan base. How can you not just enjoy that? The fact that Niner fans are so pissed off, they are crawling all over our page like a bunch of stupid fucking half-wit cockroaches because they don't know how to handle it and what they just seen. Enjoy that. I get it, it's only preseason. It's okay to be happy. It's okay. I just don't understand. You can't poo-poo on a win. Ever. This was a whipping. A preseason beatdown. Curb stomping. They should have been shut out. Literally. I don't like McDaniels. I question if Ziegler's the guy. But man, For my love of the Raiders, I'm hoping these two don't have their head firmly planted in their ass and this season goes great. And every move that they made has been the right one, whether I thought it was wrong or not. I'm still hoping these guys know what the fuck they're doing. Because, man, all I want is whatever's best for this franchise. That's all I want. What the fuck? Enjoy a win. Enjoy a win. You don't get a lot of them in the National Football League. You don't. Trust me, you'd rather been in the Raiders locker room after that game than the 49ers locker room. You'd rather been in their tape session than the 49ers tape session. Better believe it. That wasn't a fun tape session to be in. Trey, how many first-round picks did we trade for you and your shitty fucking hairline? What were you thinking on this play? Because all of them were talking big shit before this game. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and the Raiders came out and looked like that in the game and the Niners came into Allegiant Stadium and beat us 34-7 and fucking smacked us all over the fucking field and we couldn't do anything, couldn't move the fucking ball and were completely inept, we would have to go crawl under a motherfucking rock to get away from this shit. You know it and I know it. So the fact they can't handle that their team looks so fucking shitty in a practice game, I think it's fucking hilarious. Fuck them. Fuck their fan base. Fuck their stupid fucking... Whoever thought that you went and got... Dude, this quarterback wasn't even good enough to make it in Division 1A school. Yo, somebody got lucky with Wentz trying that shit once upon a time. You went back to the same school and tried to do it again? Come on. How many fucking quarterbacks laced in gold you think are in North Dakota? There ain't even a million motherfuckers living the whole goddamn state because it's a desolate-ass armpit of a state. I've been there. I'm sorry. If you live there, you know it's an armpit. That's why nobody lives there. It's the fucking frozen tundra's neighbor. Well, fucking Dakotas. They should put both fucking add them together and just call it Dakota. Well, you gotta have a north and a south. They ain't even got enough in either one to call it a state. Put them together. Just one big Dakota. And you can add in Puerto Rico, make them happy. It'd be 50 states still. It'd all be good. I'm fucking solving problems. Solving world problems! Shit. Thank you all for joining me, man. I appreciate it. I'm excited. It's a good season start for this team. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Big fantasy show tomorrow night. If you are in the fantasy league, you better be there. We're going to deep dive. We're going to do draft prep. We're going to get everything ready to rock and roll. Be there. I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll talk some fantasy football. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen of the Raider Nation, thank you for joining me, each and every one of you. You guys are the shit. Appreciate you. Throw them stars. Got the stars contest going. Become a subscriber. Get your pre-orders in, man. I'm putting in the order on Saturday. So if you don't have your order in by Friday, you're going to miss the boat. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.
Yeah.